We're Group 5 and we're doing Toyota Motor Corporation. And me, this is Sarush, and it's John and Yan. So we're going to talk about the cultural model of Toyota Corporation. So on the first slide, I'm going to talk about the history of Toyota. Toyota Corporation is founded in 1937 in Nagoya, Japan. And in the following years, the founder expanded the corporation to become a globalized corporation. And in 2007, Toyota Corporation developed a linear production system, which is a system that saves time, efforts, and money during the production process. And today, Toyota Corporation is become a globalized corporation that have manufacturing plants in 27 countries over 5 continents. So John is going to talk a little bit more about the history of Toyota.
It's actually going to be serious.
That's me. This is pretty much Toyota's history. This is the 1930s. The founder of Toyota, Mr. Toyota Sakichi, he actually laid out the 5 main principles of Toyota's today's culture. And over the time, these 5 core principles evolved to this new model around 1990 to 2000. They developed the 4P model, which is today's Toyota's culture. The 5P models, that 5 main principles that Mr. Toyota lay out here, as you can see here, is mostly is about being respectful to the employee, faithful to the being practical and avoiding foolish, and being creative toward the production of goods and pretty much cars. And this is a Toyota's 4P model today, cultural model of Toyota, which is in a very base model. We have a philosophy, which is to give a long vision to Toyota's management system, and is add values to the overall Toyota's production, culture, and behavior, or organizational behavior. Then the second P, we have the process, which is pretty much defines Toyota's process overall in every level and every aspect of the corporation. And then we have a P and partner model, which is respects the partners first and suppliers, and respects and give value to its employees, which is Toyota's employees is one of the most satisfied employees in the world. And the last piece, the problem solving, which is very important to Toyota's R&D, which is research and development, and we should be really emphasizing on it. And pretty much today, this is the base blueprint of what Toyota's culture is and organizational behavior. And John, let's talk about internal and external communication.
Okay, so the cultural model and performance. Toyota's 4P model, their values, everything that they were founded on has a direct link to their performance. In 2007, Toyota made a new record on its global profits, earning $19.9 billion. And according to BBC News, it was that same year that Toyota passed up all of its competition. And at that same time, it was Toyota's 50th consecutive year of profits. Toyota also repeatedly won quality award after quality award. They won 10 of the coveted J.D. Power initial quality awards. So it just shows how much their culture and everything they stood for internally, was resulted in their performance. Also, this is a main reason why companies all over the world were using Toyota as a blueprint because they were seeking organizational excellence. And as far as cultural model and internal communication, it's really what ties Toyota's people and the organization together. A company needs to constantly learn in order to add knowledge for industry survival. And the way that Toyota responded to this was by creating learning communities and learning programs. And in these programs, the company required its employees at every level to participate, and by collaborating and mentoring each and every employee through each program. And this was done from the top to the bottom, so it's not like it was just the front lines employees. It was also executives and anybody on the top all the way to the front lines. That way they had, everything was in sync. At Toyota, everyone with the organization, well, that's what I just said. So they strongly promote internal communication among Toyota, and this internal communication promotes job motivation, team membership, adaptability, and communication skills among employees, which in turn encourages them to understand each other and better communicate well. As far as cultural model and the external communication, external communication is very important as well as internal. It's the way that they deal with their customers, their suppliers, vendors, anybody like that. And Toyota makes sure that everybody's on the same page. They also have marketing and outreach programs, and it increased these marketing and outreach programs worldwide by adjusting and approaching its offering values to local cultures and customs of the subject country. Toyota puts major emphasis on the firm's contribution to local communities and social responsibilities whatever country they open up shop. This overall enhances a better image for Toyota, and it creates a reputation that they actually care about the communities that they're going into, which kind of gives them an image of not just a giant corporation, but more of a local brand. And now we're going to talk about a little bit about how the effect of internal and external communication, even though you're at the top, can also have its downfalls. So me and Saoirse can talk about the recall crisis.
In 2007, Toyota had announced a major recall on cars worldwide. They recalled 6 million cars, which was the start of the Toyota previous problem that they had in back 2007. For the first time, company announced that a big loss in 70 years. They never reported any loss, but it was the first time they announced it. The reason for that pretty much was the internal communication failure and external communication failure that Toyota has at that time. They were so focused on their goal to become a #1 with 2007, they forgot what exactly the procedures are, and they deviate from what their core culture or 4P model culture, which I actually explained, which has resulted to there was lots of shortcuts, there were lots of contradiction inside Toyota regarding the production and regarding the procedures that they have to take. So they couldn't communicate well with each other, and one after the other, there's 6 million cars with the deficit problems. And then externally, they were very late to answer to the public demands, that claims that here's something's going on wrong with Toyota. It takes them 2 years to actually make a recall. And that was a big mistake for them, because it cost them a lot of money, and then repairing all these cars and stuff took them lots of time. And more than anything else, it's left a scar on the Toyota's image and picture. And however, they recovered, but it was in one of the downside of their culture. Even if it was great, it wasn't doing good for 70 years. One little mistakes during the process, culture deviating from that process and cultural values, cost them lots of trouble here. And John's going to explain about it. John first.
So the solution to this recall is Toyota did eventually prevail and came out of it. First by internal solutions. When this recall happened, they made fact sheets, which is basically sheets that have questions and answers that customers would most likely ask if they have a Toyota. And obviously everybody's going to be worried because of brake pedal issues and stuff like that. So they made sure that their frontline employees were well informed to answer any questions that customers would have. So that's one solution that they had. Another solution is they also had a lot of print inside Toyota, like a journal called Driver's Seat and also Toyota Today. And this also supports the front lines and ensures that they know what's going on not only in Toyota but also in the industry. So they really tightened up their internal communications and were able to come back. As far as external solutions, they created larger social media teams, which they took after Dell and Gatorade. They built command centers for these social media teams. This way that they're able to really know what the customer's talking about on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. This way they can really see what their concerns are, the complaints are, and really provide answers as soon as possible. So with these things, there was a great prevail. Toyota associates started to feel good again. A recent survey showed that 90% satisfaction rates, meaning associates felt well informed about the going-ons in the industry or in the company. And also to show that they came back was last September, Toyota tripled its global net earnings to $3.2 billion. Toyota reported higher sales in every one of its units around the world, selling 1.3 million vehicles, which is up by 500,000 the same time last year. So Toyota recovered on a pace to hopefully in the near future reclaim its spot as #1.
In conclusion, our research indicates the price in Dakar Toyota organization culture and And on the price side, Toyota strongly bonding with its traditional core value, thus give it the ability to regulate its mistake and prevail from the prices. And on the dark side, Toyota organizational culture lacks of openness and transparency that lead to the problem and such as the battle history.